What's up everybody, it's your boy Ruli coming at you with another Infinity Kingdom video. And in today's video, we're going to go over the new Immortal specific artifacts. We're going to go over their exclusive bonuses that they offer to each Immortal. We're going to see what new Tower of Knowledge skills these compare with to give you the best effect. So if you really want to learn about these new Immortal artifacts, how to get them, and what to pair them with for maximum effect, you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end, no skips, okay? Okay, but before we get into all of that, as usual, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, whatever, help your boy out, or just enjoy the video. It's cool. I'm not thirsty for it. Let's jump into the video. Okay. So as you know, and if you don't know it, now you know, Season 2 brought with it a bunch of new Immortal exclusive artifacts. These are very cool. They give some really crazy, unique attributes for each Immortal. So you're definitely going to want to learn these, get familiar with them, and start thinking about how you can add these to your team and how you can combo them with certain skills to really like make your team shine and just bring it to the next level, right? Before we go through each artifact, we're going to talk about the schematic fragments and how they're different and how to get these. So first thing you should know off rip are these schematic fragments are different than the regular ones. They're going to be available not through the Well of Time. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, the Well of Time. That gives normal epic fragments. No, these are different. These are going to be available through special bundles. So of course they're going to be pay to win. It's IK, just expect that. Wonderful Journey, another pay to win event. This is what is it, the board game shit? Yeah, so whatever, that's cool. That's kind of good for free to play because, you know, you get free gems, you get so many free gems, and as long as you spend gems, you get rolls on Wonderful Journey. So you might be able to snag a lot of these that way if you're free to play, so look out for that. Definitely save your gems for Wonderful Journey event. And then the third one here is Supreme Seal. This sounds like a completely new event. I haven't heard anything about this. If you have heard something about this, let me know and I'll do a video on that. I'll get all the information I can. As of now, I don't think any information on Supreme's Seal has been announced, but definitely look out for that as a potential avenue to get these fragments. And let's pray to the RNG gods that it won't be pay to win. Amen. The first one we have here is Richard's exclusive artifact. This is a defense artifact. Okay, so it has the standard special attributes that you can expect on a defense artifact, but this one also has a chance to give you the exclusive Richard attribute. And this one says when Richard deals damage, it increases the chance of the target being stunned by 20%. That is exactly what Richard needs, ladies and gentlemen. Like, Richard stun has been slacking, but I think with this artifact, it's really gonna freaking make him shine. There's nothing else to say here. I don't know if there's any specific Tower of Knowledge skills that can pair with this to make it better. I think this alone is really going to elevate your team, so take it for what it's worth. Next up, we have Leonidas's special artifact called Titan's Proof. Now this is a snazzy looking artifact, isn't it? Wow, look at that manly looking man. Doesn't look shit like Leonidas, but whatever, we'll take it. Of course, it has the regular special attributes that you can get on these tier of artifacts, but you also have Leonidas's exclusive attribute, which is when Leonidas deals damage, reduces the target's energy by 150. Holy guys, can we just take a moment to just thank the IK devs for making Leonidas useful again? This is going to be god tier for the free to play. If you have an Earth March and you can't afford Charles, so you got Leonidas in his place, definitely focus on getting this artifact first. It is going to push you to the top of the meta and it's going to make your free to play march go so much further. You put this guy in front of a Charles, now you're Charles Bane, you know what I mean? So definitely free to play players, this is a huge win for you. You should celebrate this. You should thank the IK dev team for buffing Leonidas in this way, honestly. Next up, we have Julius Caesar's Immortal specific artifact. This one is called Julian Calendar. This one also looks pretty snazzy. Almost looks like a penny. That's cool. This one increases his chance of disarming the enemy with his energy skill up to 100%. That means he will now have a 100% chance when casting his energy skill to decrease the target's damage, physical damage, by 30%. That's cool. A bit of a lackluster if you're asking my honest opinion, but it seems useful if you run a full holy team. Now Julius Caesar is going to make your holy team that much more tanky, which it's already big on heals, so kudos, more power to you. This next artifact is called the Song of Sid. And you guessed it, this is El Cid's exclusive artifact. Okay, so after casting the ultimate skill, receiving normal attacks will always cause physical damage to the enemy. This is really cool. This makes El Cid a lot stronger and makes me maybe even consider switching out Richard for him. You know, that's actually really cool. So he's always going to do physical damage to the enemy when he's attacked. It's basically like it turns his energy skill into like lifelink, right? He's always going to reflect that damage. Next, we've got the War Colossus. This is Hannibal Barca's exclusive artifact. This one converts his ultimate skill into a passive skill. This allows him to gain damage increase and gain the cleave effect immediately after entering the battle, and the effect lasts for the entire battle. So you'll see this is very similar to Alex's when we get to that. This is really cool, and it opens up the door for some really cool skill combos as well, and I'll explain that. Okay, so the first thing you should know is it means literally what it says. So his skill becomes a passive skill and he no longer gains energy, similar to Manco, right? Except it doesn't do the damage over time. This is going to be really strong when paired with these new skills I'm about to show you. So remember, Barca's artifact turns his skill into a passive, so he no longer gains energy, right? He also gets cleave on his normal attack. So the two focuses there are he doesn't need energy, and his normal attacks become a lot more important and impactful. So a skill like this one called Berserker, which increases the physical damage by up to 100% at max level, but it reduces your energy regain speed by 75%, and you may no longer activate any trigger type skills. So this is interesting. So you get the trade-off of, okay, you can't use trigger skills on this immortal, which is fine. There are other alternatives that are equally strong, but you gain that 100% physical damage increase, and you really take no hit on the energy regain because he won't gain energy anymore anyway. So definitely consider Berserker for Alex and Hannibal Barca if you're going to pair it with their exclusive artifact. This could be a really strong combo. Another skill that I think would pair very nicely with Barca's exclusive artifact and Alex's as well, because they are one and the same, is this one, Wind Rage. This unlocks at castle level 49. Unfortunately, it'll be a bit of a grind before we get this one, but keep this one in mind for the simple fact that every normal attack will have a 40% chance to immediately trigger an additional normal attack. This is going to be especially strong when paired with Hannibal Barca's artifact, because then he can also cleave on that extra normal attack. So you're not only getting that 40% chance of an extra normal attack, you're also getting that 40% chance of another cleave. So that's like at least two extra attacks every time this procs. So Wind Rage plus Berserker plus Hannibal Barca or Alex's exclusive artifact is probably going to be meta. Like, I'm calling it now. Like, this is going to be insane to test out together. And next we have the Goddess's Waist Belt. This is Hippolyta's exclusive artifact. So Hippo, she has this energy skill where she can unleash heavenly fires, which each reduce the enemy immortals energy by 100 and also their attack speed by 10%. What's important to note here is that debuff is stackable, and she normally fires off 10 heavenly fires, which can stack. Now she'll fire off 7. So that just makes her, she was already OP. This is going to take her to the next level and really allow her to thrive in the new meta. So I'm looking forward to seeing what type of damage people are able to do with this artifact. We also have the Sun's Gift. This is Ramses' exclusive artifact. This one increases the effectiveness of his disarm debuff by 10%. So every time he procs that debuff on the enemy with his energy skill, it's going to reduce their physical damage by 35% instead of the 10%. That makes it 5% more efficient than Julius Caesar's energy skill, so that kind of pushes him a bit ahead of Julius Caesar in my opinion. Even though Caesar's artifact increases his chance of casting the debuff to 100%, I think this one is better, because whereas Caesar's is a random target, this one is the two targets directly in front of Ramses. So this is going to be a lot easier to line up, so you can decide. It's less RNG reliant. You can decide who you hit with this skill. It works better for your strategy, right? And it's also 35% efficacy with this artifact. So I'm a strong advocate for Ramses. I love Ramses, and just seeing this artifact makes me want to continue to use him in the new meta. So hopefully this serves me well. Next, we have Dark Dragon's Blood. This is Siegfrieds exclusive artifact. This increases his ultimate skill to deal 25% increased damage. Now, everyone knows that his ultimate skill already does a ton of freaking damage, so 25% more is just going to make him even more crazy. And we've got a ton of new TOK skills that are really going to help Siegfried shine. So I'm very interested to see where he's going to place in the new meta, given all of the buffs, you could say, that he's gotten inadvertently through this artifact and the new TOK skills. Next, we have Homer's Epic. This is Alexander the Great's exclusive artifact. This one works pretty much exactly like Hannibal Barca's. It turns his energy skill into a passive, so he no longer will gain energy. So he gets that permanent damage increase, attack speed increase, and most importantly, that control immunity. That means he's basically got a built-in fighting master, I believe. The one that grants you immunity to control. Alex will have this built in with this new artifact. That is absolutely insane. He's going to be able to pump a lot more damage, and again, you want to pair this one with Berserker and Wind Rage, the new TOK skills. Remember, Berserker and Wind Rage plus this artifact, probably going to be god tier. So I'm just going to give you guys the jump now. Go look at those skills, think about how you can apply them. You're probably going to want to do that. You're probably going to be one of the first people to do that, so you can get ahead of that meta. Next, we have Wings of War. This is Saladin's exclusive artifact, okay? This one, every time you cause damage with tornadoes from the energy skill, there is a 65% chance to reduce the target's physical defense by 15% for 3 seconds. I mean, I don't know, this one feels a little bit lackluster if I'm being honest. Like 65% chance, okay, that's a decent chance, but reduce the physical defense by 15% for 3 seconds? Like, what is that gonna do for anyone? Like 15% is trash. 3 seconds is trash. So I don't know, maybe you can make this really strong. I've seen some crazy nutty like Saladin builds where they pair him with like Cyrus and he just like does all this crazy critical hits and stuns and permanent stun lock and all that crap. Maybe this would be useful for like one of those creative builds like that. I don't know, you guys let me know. From the description, this is not looking that effective. I don't know if I'm looking forward to unlocking this artifact for Saladin, just being honest. And speaking of stun lock, last but not least, we have Forgiveness and Freedom, which is Cyrus the Great's exclusive artifact. This one, pretty cut and dry. Enemies will have an additional 10% chance to be stunned when receiving critical damage. I think that is huge. Again, like I mentioned on the last clip, I think there are some really nutty builds that can be made with Cyrus, and especially with this boost to the crit chance. That's going to open the door for some pretty crazy stuff. I'm really excited to see what the community comes up with. Keep in mind, Cyrus's stun rate is already pretty high at, I think, 35%. So that extra 10% is going to make it so there's a 45% chance to be stunned when receiving critical damage. Yo, that is just crazy. Like, I think we're going to see a lot more 4-1 formations with Cyrus in the mix. I could see a build with an Earth build where you sub Xeno for Cyrus, and with like a Chase kind of Cleo paired with that, you're probably going to get some nutty stuff. Think about it. Every time Chase is procced, somebody's going to be stunned. I've got matches where I've procced Chase 50 times in one match. That's 50 freaking stuns, because again, Chase only procs when someone is hit with a critical hit. So just imagine the potential of a Cyrus with this artifact and an Earth build with Cleo, or even in Fire with a Crit Woo. Like, that's just going to be crazy. Like, I'm so excited. I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice. I just see so many opportunities for strategy, so many ways to build, to make a build that like not everyone's gonna copy. There's so many more options now with all the new skills and these artifact bonuses that I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of diverse builds. You know what I mean? It's just gonna make the game more interesting. Up until now, there's been like one meta. Everybody uses the same freaking metas, like assist plus AD, crit woo, crit Cleo. Like, we all do the same things. But with these new artifacts and the new TOK skills, I think we're going to see a lot more diversity in tomorrow's meta. So definitely looking forward to that. Hope you all enjoyed this video. That's all of the Immortal exclusive artifacts. You know, as usual, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, hit the bell icon, whatever you feel like doing. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you want me to cover next, and I'll do that. I appreciate you all watching this. You all have a great day, and take care.